And it only ever takes a moment for us to get right back to it. Right? All right. Now, I know it's been a minute. And to be honest, I thought about just making a regular episode again because that has been a long time coming. Can't promise that a regular one will come very shortly, but excuse me, that is something that I want to try to get back to, especially as a lot of us have returned to work. The Let's Watches were something because a lot of us were working from home. And I was like, okay, so we can all watch stuff and comment and whatnot. But now that the world has basically returned to normal, they might not fit quite as well. And with that said, I just got done having COVID for a good week and a half and some change. But I thought that we could go back through. If you haven't been watching Miss Marvel, you've done yourself a disfavor. But hopefully you can take a moment, catch yourself up, because we're going to go to episode 6, which is the last episode of the season, because there are some huge revelations here. All right, so let's do a countdown from 5. Miss Marvel is on Disney Plus. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The episode's called No Normal, which makes sense given what we're going to get into by the end of it. And again, I am assuming you have seen this episode before. This is big, so you should definitely have watched this before we watch it. Because in order for us to discuss everything, it's going to be important you already know what comes. So right now we're in still a bit of a recap. I will say, I was not a huge fan of them changing Miss Marvel's stuff. I'm still not a big fan of it. They have decided that instead of being an Inhuman, she is a mutant. She is the first mutant in the MCU. Inhuman and mutant, it's a weird difference between the two, but she's supposed to have been created by Terrigen Mist, which would have given her powers, but instead they have chosen to just make her a mutant, which means that her genes are, let's say, evolved compared to a regular person's, which is why her powers would have been unlocked regardless. The bracelet or negabands that she has are simply a tool that helps unlock what's already there. I wasn't a fan of them using whatever that dude's name is as, like, he's not a big bad, but it felt like they didn't have anybody for her. But this was really just a show to introduce Miss Marvel and then take us to how she gets into The Marvels, which is the Captain Marvel sequel coming in the spring. I like to see people from Orange is the New Black getting work, so it's good to see this lady here.
First got her powers either. What would she do? Well, she's Kamala, so she's stressing at a hero. Damage control. They're coming. Come on. Stop right there. Oh, sorry. Watch where you're going.
Interesting visual display. It is nice to have someone kind of mirror her, but I can't imagine that he's going to be a decent foe after she is done fighting with Captain Marvel and whatnot. Like, who's going to rival you? Who's going to make you have to go to the top of your power set? Love the new opening credit scene. You can spot all the little like new Easter eggs that they've added. The only thing I didn't really notice was anything related to Doctor Strange. And since Thor already came out, it would have been nice if there was like a little mighty Thor in there. Spit that shit out, girl. AKA Miss Marvel. I hate that name. I mean, I don't know why you thought that your family would keep it to themselves, especially there are no secrets between husband and wife or vice versa. Little Green Lantern wink there. No, that was a good question. Answer that question. My daughter, a superhero. Question is, how do we make money from this? Who do we charge? I mean, that's fine. But Iron Man died. Black Widow died. So being a powerful person doesn't mean you'll be safe. I do like that in this episode they brought back a lot of the Scott Pilgrim versus the World type animations and stuff, because I think that that really made this show stand out and feel like it had some nice youthful energy. I mean, it's a very sweet thing she did for her daughter, but it would be funny if her daughter was like, it's not really my stuff, but thank you for hand making this. Wanting me to be a bit more Pakistani while I superhero fight. Ah, finally. From like the teaser of the show. It sucks that you have to wait until the last episode of all this stuff to get what you want. So, brace yourself for She-Hulk coming next month. We're not really going to get to see the good stuff till the last episode. I find it interesting how they're trying to turn damage control into more than damage control. Damage control is just the guys who clean up the mess that superheroes make. But it does seem like they are trying to turn them into an agency that could potentially be evil, which I'm assuming will come back into play for Secret Invasion, the series on Disney Plus, because I wouldn't be surprised if MODOK or somebody was actually behind this and they just turned damage control into AIM. AIM is Advanced Idea Mechanics, I believe, headed by a supervillain. In case you didn't know. You don't threaten terrorists? Smells like feet in here. That's because they take their shoes off. Why does this woman look white? Even more suspect. Arrest her. If you live in Brooklyn, I will be at the Platform on Saturday the 23rd, performing in a rare appearance. Do I have new jokes? Perhaps. There you go. Now you don't look like you could be up to anything suspicious. Now, right here at the end of the animation, it almost looked like she got a little bit bigger, and I thought for a moment that they were giving her her old powers, but instead they've chosen to use whatever comes from the Negaband to stretch her body. I just wish that she stretched. Like, I don't care if it looks like Reed Richards. Give her a little stretchy. Explode, because nobody cares what happens to you.
Feel like I'm being crushed from the inside out.
Yeah, that's how it's gonna feel. Till it happens. The real question is, what do you want me to do about all the porn back at your home so that nobody finds it? And it doesn't look weird at all that you're helping that guy down the streets of Jersey City dressed up like that. You've got pockets in that thing? No. By get him out, I mean shoot him in the face. Now, if that's what you want, I'll send him right away. Go ahead and put that mask back on.
Pakistan? Are you mad? Are you mad at me? Well, I mean, I tell you everything, and there's some things that I don't. So, I mean, maybe. Okay, but you like kind of hate superheroes. I didn't want you to hate me. No, I would never. No, I know you wouldn't hate me. It's, um, I'm sorry.
Guys! Famous Control's here. How did they even find us? It doesn't matter, I'm not on their one. You guys should leave now before you get hurt.
He's right.
He's right.
Well, if you see you're not with this time, they won't hurt you.
They already blew up my apartment.
They invaded the mosque twice. They tried to trick me into giving you up.
Whoever you are.
Are you doing okay? Well, Vader has secret little helper. That's where I film my TikToks. I owe you for saving somebody. We're with you. I guess so is Zoe. So what's the plan?
I hate that dude's got a hoop earring. You look like young Michael Jordan, and I don't mean that in a good way.
Sounds good. We'll keep you busy while you run out the back.
What are you doing here?
How did you get in here? That's the window. I went to school here too. Mom sent me to watch out.
Tell him.
Don't need chaperones.
Take it up with her. Guys, clock's ticking.
Fine, just don't ruin it.
Tell me what you need.
Summer and Zoe, you grab supplies.
Plus, I brought the stickiest of the icky.
We're going on mad science.
But since you're all children, I guess I'll be the one smoking it.
After that, we grab every single fire extinguisher in the school.
We're gonna need the fire extinguishers. Hot, hot, hot. That's right, break it all. You don't want to cut yourself reaching in there.
Zoe, you're on the softball team, right? You and Akia grab as many balls as you can. Any questions? So we're gonna stop damage control with softballs? No, we're going to stall damage control with softballs. And the real plan is Zoe.
Because she's white.
Hey, we are closing in on the enhanced individuals as we speak.
Yes, and they're doing it in front of a high school. Apparently there's such thing as bad press, and I don't like it. What is this?
It is not just one enhanced individual, it is two, and they are leaving a trail of destruction all through Jersey City. Just give me
Yeah, they are. Now, in case you didn't recognize this dude, he is the one from Spider-Man No Way Home who interacted with Peter Parker.
Okay, you're not gonna get it. Evacuate now. Sincerely.
call in all additional units.
No, you don't have a fucking green light.
Do you have to tell me who you call my house and make me say anything?
Well, I'm keeping secrets now, trying something new, you know.
Mom saved my life when I was
Oh, she was the girl that got thrown from the top. Okay. I didn't recognize her, but I guess I should have. There haven't been a ton of white people in this show.
pretty hell-bent on steamrolling over our entire world with Rome.
Not cousin Tom, huh? What were you even doing with my sister?
I don't believe you. Show me your penis. I want to see if it looks like anything my sister might recognize. slam it in a door. But that's me.
I'm only helping you out because my sister's one of the smartest people I know. And I know she wouldn't help anybody out that did what she said.
But for what it's worth, I'd like it if you died. A little bit. I like the little humorous thing there.
Wow. They said only you just for me. Nice. Okay, so they'll play these lines, but I don't know for how long. Do not.
Hey, it's so. I'm at Cole's high school where Davidson told me and my friends totally surrounded. Two of them have superpowers. I know, but they're being targeted.
It's got to be hard to be any kind of like a law enforcement agency right now. Everybody having their phones, they could just get their side out, even if that side's not true.
Team leader, do you read me? Team leader.
This cop just grabbed my penis, and he's trying to break into my home. Don't believe what the news says. I do like this song, though. I have no idea what it's from. But good for whoever this artist is. I'm sure they saw a significant uptick in their streams. And yes, I will be finding it right after I'm done. That's right, get marshmallowed. Or whatever that is. That mask is so small. What benefit comes from taking it off of your eyes for a second, other than showing someone your face if you forget to put it right back down when you get up? I see feet. Everybody come shoot this thing with me. Now, what can we do together? Blow this whole building up with a thought? Don't kiss. We don't need romance. Our friend there is clearly friend-zoned. So unfortunate.
You know you like these moves. Hey guys, what's going on? Hands up!
It's like that first guy did not hesitate to hit him in the face. I don't care what kind of kid it is. Yeah, till they shoot you. Now, if you're asking yourself, why doesn't she just start Miss Marveling everybody? I'm asking the same fucking thing.
As those cops are out there, they've been fighting my family for decades. I need my mother.
She's dead. You coward. Hey, Psycho, let's not kill anybody. Why would he leave? Where are you going?
Pakistan, just tell me.
Nishma did exactly what she swore she was gonna do. Okay, she pierced the veil. She's trying to destroy everything.
She was trying to save all of us. My home.
Well, she died for it.
My mother's dead. Isn't she?
Absolutely. And she knew you were left behind and didn't care. How's that grab you? There we go. I still hate that they're making her powers her outstretched skin, but about time she did something. Children. Takes a lot of balls to shoot at somebody who just did that. He's not getting on his knees. Shoot him in the face. Guessing he's a mutant too. Finally, a little action. Yeah, what if you sent that shield flying at the people shooting at you? Time to be strong. Plus, you've got superpowers. And those are the words that we've been waiting for. Closer to her real powers. Now get some. The only thing that I don't like about the embiggening, aside from that it's not her real skin, is her head is the same size, and it looks weird.
Hey guys, you okay? No, not that name.
No one cares about this man. Go back to Miss Marvel. That's what you all get for being looky-loos. You almost died. Yeah, how quick are your powers? Can you stop that bullet? Slap him like a hysterical woman in the 1920s. It's the only way. Seriously though, it looks ridiculous with like her body being different proportions, but her head is the same. That doesn't make any sense.
Kamala, look around! They're never going to accept me and they'll never accept you either! My mom was right. This isn't my home.
See, and this is just leading into the discussions of labels,
She chose you.
which mutants have been treated like black people. Xavier is supposed to be Martin Luther King Jr. and Magneto is Malcolm X, if you didn't know. So, they are always going to be treated like second-class citizens of the world
There is no normal.
because they're black people.
Just us and what we do with what we've been given. Get to the harbor. A lifetime.
Yeah, just get out of here. You're ruining Jersey City. It's been a weird introduction to a lot of, I'm going to say brown people stuff. Like, I still don't get why they keep calling her Beta. Seems like that's something that they call every child. Just wasn't aware of it before. You're fired. It is interesting. Marvel has slowly gotten into this trend of ending something and then having a good like 15 to 20 minutes afterward. Very Lord of the Rings, Return of the King style. Not a fan. Not a fan. Yeah, it is. A lot of guys don't want to be with somebody that could throw them into another planet. I don't know if that's what TikTok looks like. You guys would have to tell me. Not familiar with it, but I assume that's TikTok. Not only did I not know that they eat pizza, I didn't know that Indian people eat ice cream, or Pakistani, whatever. But I will give credit to the little girl whose name I can't pronounce. I know her first name is Aman. She was a wonderful Ms. Marvel. Good job on them picking a total unknown, which is probably the way that they should go. They should go that way for a lot of things. I just don't want them to go that way for Wolverine. I think Wolverine needs to be Taron Egerton, I think is his name. The kid from The King's Man, and he's in a new show, Blackbird, on Apple TV. That kid was made to be Wolverine. And nobody cares where you're going. Your mother is dead. Unless his people are somehow the Inhumans, which I'm kind of hoping since they almost buried the Inhumans with this series. I really don't care where they're getting to, but I am sure it either has to do with the Inhumans or the Krees. Kree. As though I didn't know that. She's like 14. Nice of them bringing up the name. Of course, last moments of the last episode. It is magic. But you are not going to like what your daughter gets into next. Global catastrophes. Beaten up on by God knows what kind of supervillains. That's not what you want for your girl. Now, some of you, if you haven't watched this already, might be going, what's he talking about with all that mutant stuff? Here we go. You don't seem to care about exhibiting your powers for the world at all.
You obviously have snuck out of the country.
You told me I could have it.
No, we did not.
Yes, we really bonded and I exposed you. Okay, plus I love the driving it, so I'll probably take you cover.
I, for one, think that it looks much better on the streets of Jersey City without it. Yes, I actually do.
No, I agree. This.
You're not getting this car. Let's change the subject.
I will only be a 43-hour drive away. Oh, also, I need to say something. Okay, so I went back and looked at your makeup again?
Mm-hmm.
No, on your capacity, you might have powers too. And I think you might have had it wrong the first time around. So, we know why you have access to the Noir and how you can wield it, but when I compared you to the rest of your family, something still seemed off.
Like what?
Kamala, there's something different in your genes. Like a mutation.
Ba-la-la-la-la, ba-la-la-la-la. Just in case you didn't hear the X-Men theme begin to play, it did. And it will be. But that's their big, she's the first mutant. Which, thank fucking goodness, it's been almost 5 years since Kevin Feige made his last announcement, and finally mutants are in the MCU. I don't care that Kamala's got to be the first, just let the mutants keep coming. And as if it wasn't good enough, ending it right on the, okay, so she's a mutant note. There is a post-credit scene. If you watched the episode and checked out early, shame on you. Because I knew, like everybody has known, she's going to be in the Marvels. So the real question was, how do we go from whatever that incident was at her school to however the fuck she is going to end up in Captain Marvel's sequel? But overall, I think I thought the show was a good watch. I didn't love it. I didn't love it. I liked it a lot. It's not my favorite. My favorite is probably still What If or Loki, because I watched Loki's last episode many times. But I thought, as far as like introducing somebody brand new goes, this was a great attempt and execution. I think it's unfortunate that it's like the highest rated Marvel anything, I think. And it's got like way less viewers than everything else Disney Plus television show wise. I feel like that must be racism, but shame on them, because they're still going to need to go back. Well, they won't need to, but if they don't go back and catch up, then they're going to be missing a little chunk eventually. And if Miss Marvel, or the Marvel, is as important, that'll be an even bigger chunk if they choose to skip that as well. And here we go. Now, Captain Marvel doesn't have on a Negaband, so it is interesting why she just switched places, which has been confirmed. This isn't Miss Marvel's powers or something doing this. They switched places. And there we go. That is the end of the season or series, depending on how far they intend to go with that, for Miss Marvel. What'd you guys think? Are you excited for what comes next? I am. I'll talk to you guys later. Pieces.